Hi everyone, my name is Kamini and I'm a storyteller. I'm here at National Gallery, Singapore, and I'm part of Gallery Children's Biennale 2021, Why Art Matters. I'm going to be sharing a story with you, and my story is set deep inside the jungle. And in my story, we're going to meet many different kinds of animals. Now, my story is inspired by one of 9 different artworks that you can find here at National Gallery for the Children's Biennale. Now, the artwork of my choice to tell the story around is by Speak Cryptic and Add. And the artwork is called Be Home. And in Be Home, we have one special character, the main character of that artwork. And his name is BB Cool Bee. What a cool name for a bee. And you guessed it, the artwork is all about bees. It's actually located within a beehive. And the story that I'm going to share with you has different kinds of animals, including bees, including a big, beautiful beehive. Now, the other animals that you're going to meet are a mouse deer or sangkanchil and harimau, or a tiger who is fierce and grumpy and growly and angry. All of these animals, the mouse deer, the tiger and the bees, they live deep inside the jungle. Now, BB Cool Bee, who lives in his beehive in the artwork by Speak Cryptic and Add called Be Home, he is not just a cool bee with a cool hairstyle and a cool leather jacket and cool sneakers. He is a helpful bee. He works with his community of bees, the queen, the worker bees, and the drone bees, and they all work together and help each other, and they all go out to collect, that's right, honey. Now, are you ready to listen to my story inspired by Be Home? Come along with me. So my story takes place inside a jungle that looks something like this. Now, deep inside the jungle, there lived many animals. There were big animals, small animals, animals that could fly, animals that would slide. Now, boys and girls, inside the jungle in my story, there lived our main character, a teeny tiny mouse deer named Sangkanchil. There also lived a big, fierce, grumpy, angry tiger named Harimau. In this jungle, there were also other animals that lived together in a community. Lots of tiny animals that could fly with little wings and then went buzz. Bees, of course, just like our artwork Be Home with BB Cool Bee, we have a beehive in my story full of little bees. There was the queen bee, the drone bees, and all the worker bees. Now, one day in this jungle, right underneath the big tall tree where the beehive hung, little Sangkanchil, she walked and she walked and she walked. She walked all the way to that big tree because every day she did the same thing. Right in the middle of the hot afternoon, she would come to that big tall tree and she would wait. Because when the wind blew, the branches would move and the hive would move in the wind, and the golden nectar that the bees gathered, they became honey, and the honey would drip down the tree trunk. And Sangkanchil, she would wait and she would look up and she would open her mouth and the honey would drop right into her little pink mouth. She would lick up and eat up all that sweet, delicious honey. Now, the bees, they worked very hard, just like BB Cool Bee in Be Home. The bees would fly around the jungle, they would go and visit all the beautiful flowers, and they would suck up all the nectar. And then the bees would go back to the beehive and convert that beautiful flower nectar into golden brown, sticky, icky, sweet, delicious honey. Honey for you to eat, honey for me to eat, and honey for all the animals in the jungle to eat as well. Now remember, Sangkanchil, every day in the afternoon, she would go to that big tall tree, she would wait and open her mouth for the honey to drip inside. Now all the bees, they were Sangkanchil's friends. They loved Sangkanchil and they were happy to give her their golden, sweet brown honey to eat. The bees loved to share their honey with all the other animals. Baby monkey would come once in a while. Even the frogs would come hopping and put out their long sticky tongues and eat up the golden honey. The birds would come too and they would drink the beautiful, delicious, sweet honey. One day, a day just like this, right in the middle of the hot afternoon, Sangkanchil walked into the jungle and she came close to that big tree with the hive. But she saw something moving deep inside the tall grass. Among the lalang grass, the tall green grass, she saw a pair of eyes. They were round and yellow and they glittered at her, and she heard a low rumbling sound, a growl. Who could it be, boys and girls? Was it the frog? No. Was it the snake? No. Was it the birds? No. It was, that's right, it was Harimau, the tiger. Oh no, the eyes. They stared at Sangkanchil and then two paws opened up the lalang grass and Harimau crept out of the tall green lalang grass. Sangkanchil, where are you going to this afternoon? Sangkanchil was so afraid. Her little heart was beating inside her chest. She was trembling and shivering and shaking. But she did not want Harimau to find out that she was afraid of him. Sang Harimau, my name is Sangkanchil and I have an important task to do. You see that tree over there? Can't you see the big golden brown gong hanging from the branches? The gong is a musical instrument and it belongs to the Sultan. I have been asked by the Sultan himself to strike the gong to sound music throughout this beautiful jungle all the way back to the Istana Palace so that the music may reach the Sultan's ears. Now, out of my way, Harimau, so I can go and strike the gong. Oh, boys and girls, you know, and I know, and Sangkanchil, she knew, that was not a gong, that was the beehive. Let's find out what happened. Harimau the tiger thought that the big beehive was the Sultan's golden gong. And Harimau, being the arrogant and greedy animal that he was, he wanted to be the one to strike the gong and to make music. Music that would travel through the jungle all the way to the Istana Palace and into the Sultan's ears. And so Harimau asked Sangkanchil, please, 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 let me be the one to make music. Let me strike the gong. What do you think Sangkanchil did? Of course, boys and girls, Sangkanchil agreed and she let Harimau pick up the wooden log to beat and sound the gong. And quickly the little mouse deer ran and scampered and hid behind a big rock. And then she peered and watched at what happened next. Well, Harimau, he went up to the tree, he looked up at what he thought was a gong, and in his paws he held that piece of wood and he went whack! Was there any music? No. He lifted up that piece of wood again and he went whack and whack. But there was no music, boys and girls. Instead, he heard bzz, 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 bzz. All the bees came out of the beehive, which was not a gong, and the bees surrounded the tiger and they began to sting him, and Harimau ran and ran and ran deep inside the jungle, never to be seen again for the next few days. And the bees, they came back to their hive and continued to turn the nectar into honey. And little Sangkanchil, she crept out of a hiding place. She went up to her favorite tree. She opened her mouth and she began to eat all that golden, sweet, delicious honey. Sangkanchil and the bees, they remained friends. The bees, they had taught Harimau, the arrogant tiger, a lesson. I hope you've enjoyed my story about the beehive, the fierce and grumpy tiger, and the clever and witty mouse deer Sang Kanchil. Now, as you know, in my story, there was a beautiful big beehive and many bees, just like BB Cool Bee, whom you can find in the artwork Bee Home by Speak Cryptic and Add. I'd like to invite you to find out more about the Gallery Children's Biennale 2021, Why Art Matters, by going to this website, childrensbiennale.com. And remember to play all the games with Bee Home. Remember to pour all the honey in the jars and pollinate all the beautiful flowers, just like the hard-working and wonderful bees. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.